Alright, quick update on Kadena. So, since our most recent bounce that we put in yesterday, your oscillators have really not started to bounce up or start to move. You can see your money flow indicator and your RSI respectively are both showing extreme weakness right in the market. I feel like that's enough said with the oscillators. They really just don't look good right now, even in the much lower time frame since this most recent bounce. You can see we've gained no strength in the market. The market right now is very, very weak for Kadena. And if we do just draw, maybe a simple trend line of best fit, you can see we're making lower lows and lower highs at this moment in time. And we're not really looking too good. We are breaking down. We're forming something like a red-green-red formation. We'd really want to see continuation within the next day or so if you want Kadena to turn around. Now, if we come over to the daily time frame, it was 2 days ago, we were calling for a move down to, well, we weren't necessarily calling for a move down to the 3.618. We simply said that from a technical perspective, it is your next line down after you do break from the 2.618. So I believe we said, that is technically your next level down, but we wouldn't be predicting anything because what I'm personally doing for Kadena, which is what I have been saying since the 8th of April, since this huge breakdown from this ascending channel, I said, look, the trend is your friend until the end. We're breaking into a downtrend, and I'm not going to be trying to catch the falling knife on this. We're down 41% since I said that. We had a slight bounce yesterday, but we are not getting continuation today. We've got selling volume stepping in. It's only halfway through the day, and we've got a decent amount of selling volume coming over to the 4-hour. Pretty mundane price action that we're seeing right now, but the bears have really been in control for a very long time. For the past month or so, the bears have been in full control of this downtrend. If we look at what's going on the daily, it was only recently you started resetting your macro bearish momentum. We reset your bearish momentum on the squeeze bomb, and now we are reaccumulating another bearish move to the downside. So I don't think it is over for KDA, unfortunately. We are coming down very harsh. Like I said, we had a 20% move down to your next price target on the Fibonacci's, and we moved down 13% already. So I've talked about this in a lot of my videos. I believe confidence has exited the markets, Bitcoin, the stock market. You've got blue chip stocks, by the way, like Coinbase, Tesla, Facebook, making new lows literally every single day. They're having a huge breakdown. Obviously, they're not open today, but nonetheless, the markets are not looking good. I see no reason for Kadena to be a market outlier when, it doesn't make sense. Why should Kadena have a huge rally while Tesla is losing support? You've got Tesla dropping, you've got Coinbase dropping, everything's dropping. You've got Facebook falling off the table. We're not looking good right now. That is the matter of the fact. You've got your Nasdaq breaking down into new lows, your SPX breaking down, potentially double bottoming, but still not looking good. You got your SPY once again, potential double bottom could be playing out. But yeah, all the markets are not looking good. I see no reason to expect that Kadena should be a market outlier. Like I said, the Fed meetings between the 3rd and the 4th, I have been sitting on the sideline for Kadena since we were up here at $6.50. A lot of people told me, these are the best regions to DCA, this is where I want to DCA, this is where I want to DCA, this is where I want to DCA. Everyone seems to try and be catching the bottom of this trend. Everyone seems to think that the markets are going to be kind to them and let them pick the exact bottom. But that's not normally how markets work. And I don't necessarily like trying to dollar cost average a project like Kadena. If I was dollar cost averaging Bitcoin, then that's a completely different question, because, Bitcoin's got a proved track record. I believe in the next 10 years, Bitcoin is still going to be the talk of the town. In the next 10 years, can you even say that anyone is going to know what Kadena is? I honestly couldn't say that people will know what Kadena is. Just think about it. If you look at, look at this objectively. If you look at the top 25 cryptos, the top 25 altcoins of the 2018 bull market, which ones of them are still in the top 25? Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. That is it. That's done. There might be one or two more. Apart from that, done. all new cryptos. Every single cycle, people get hyped up about these new cryptos, and then, you know, once one with, you know, more capabilities comes out, everyone forgets about the rest. No one cares about the rest. And it's the same with what we're seeing with these move to earn cryptos. You know, we're bouncing between these different hype trends every single day. I do not think the downtrend is over for KDA. If we look at this on the 4-hourly time frame, you can see once again we're coming into the 4-hourly EMA ribbons. This is strong resistance coming in at $4. In the much lower time frames, you could even argue we could potentially be getting ready to W out. But here's where I stand. I've been bearish since $6.40. You know, I'm going to go off the fact that the trend is your friend until the end, and in my opinion there's no point in trying to buy until we have a reversal, because look at this, 4-hourly EMAs, since we broke down, we've never been able to get above these and backtest them. So in my opinion, we could be fairly certain that the downtrend has subsided for KDA once we manage to flip the 4-hourly EMAs. So in my opinion, we'd be bullish once you backtest around $4.30, and then you start pushing up above the $4.50 region. So this is what I'd need to see. Literally this, very, very simple. This is all I'd need to see to become bullish. And what does that mean? That means that I'd miss out on the first 13% of the rally. That means if you're DCAing at this moment in time, you'll get a 13% cheaper price than me. But have you been DCAing before that? Because I haven't been DCAing, I've been sitting on the sidelines. So even if I buy a breakout and I miss the first move, since we've been sitting on the sidelines, you know, I'm getting a 32% discount. And most people that I've seen in the KDA community, you know, all the YouTubers, they're saying KDA, the bottom is in, the bottom is in, KDA $100 by next month. People are pulling up the most BS charts. They're, you know, talking about, you know, bottoming out, and, you know, we're not near a bottom in my opinion. Or if we are near a bottom and we have had a bottom, there are no bottoming signals, so there's no point in trying to catch a falling knife on this one. At least that's how my brain works. Let me know how you think below. Like I said, we've been sitting on the sideline for a decent amount of time for KDA, so worst comes to worst, if we do just have a reversal today out of absolutely nowhere, buying the breakout of $4.40, I miss out on 13% of the initial trade, but I'm getting a 30% cheaper price than when we broke down here originally. So I'm literally waiting for the Fed meeting to be done. I believe by the 3rd or 4th of May, that this will be all wrapped up, this will be done. Probably on the 4th of May it will be done. But yeah, in the next 2 days, in the next 48 hours, I think we could see a lot of bottoming signals on a lot of different altcoins. However, until confidence returns back into the market, until Bitcoin starts pushing back up, until the Fed meeting's done and, you know, your stock market gets a bounce, Bitcoin gets a bounce, I think it could be the worst decision to DCA. And I've been saying that for the past 2 weeks. You know, I said I'm not going to DCA when we were at $5.40. I said it when we were at $5.16. I said when we were at $4.40. We even came down to exactly $4.40. This was my first price target. I know a lot of OGs on my KDA videos, like shout out to Indian Kitchen, my #1 KDA follower. But yeah, I mean, if we look, you know that I've been bearish since here. So, you know, hypothetically, you know, we were talking about this move down, a 32% drop. Once we fulfilled that price target, we weren't saying, okay, we've hit a bearish price target, we're at a potential bottom, now's the time to DCA, because what did we do after that? We literally broke down another 20%, and I'm saying the same thing now. Until we have a bottoming signal, until we put in, you know, a solid W pattern with a solid breakout, or until we put in, you know, an inverse head and shoulders, something like this, then, you know, until that breakout happens and until you start getting above, you know, your 4-hourly EMA ribbons, to say the least, then I don't think there's any point in getting overly euphoric for KDA, because, you know, you buy a breakout, you're buying the price that it was 2 weeks ago. So, or not even 2 weeks ago. You buy a breakout, you're buying the price that it was at 3 days ago. So, at least that's how my brain works. I don't necessarily think KDA is something that I ever want to DCA. However, it is something that I want to play from a position of strength. To wrap up the video, I did, however, want to show you that while During this recent bounce, your oscillators being your money flow indicator and your RSI have not bounced that much at all. We're really in these oversold regions for KDA. So, you know, a lot of people may think, you know, I'm just a perma bear on KDA. I'm not. I do like the project. I think it will be around for, you know, a pump trend coming into this bull run. But however, I'm trying to play from a position of strength. I'm trying to not catch the exact bottom, but I'm trying to catch the exact moment in time when the charts tell me that the bottom is in and the trend is reversing. The trend is your friend until the end. The trend is very much bearish at the time of recording this. Until we do start breaking above these 4-hourly EMAs, like I always say, trend is your friend until the end. I'm sitting on the sidelines. I'm not going to be trying to catch a falling knife on this one. If we do break out, so be it. It's still 30% cheaper on the breakout price target that I'd be looking to enter from than when we initially called this was bearish. That's all I've got for KDA. Also, one quick thing, if we look at the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curves, Bitcoin has just recently come down to its utmost lowest Fibonacci band before we do come down to one deviation oversold. Why does this matter for KDA? Well, historically for Bitcoin, this region where we come down into this lowest Fibonacci band / one deviation oversold is always the bottom apart from this one time. Every other time has been the exact bottom for Bitcoin. So I have no disbelief in my head that once we are coming down to these levels, which we are at right now, the bottom is near for Bitcoin. What does it mean for the altcoin market cap if the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curves are saying the bottom is in? Well, it means that the altcoin markets like Total 2 could start rallying again, and they could start putting in higher highs and higher lows and breaking into a bullish trend. What does it mean for Kadena if the altcoin market's going to start rallying? It probably means Kadena's going to start rallying. So there's a lot of variables to take into account right now. I'm really sitting on the sidelines, keeping my eye on Bitcoin because it will have a profound impact on what KDA does, and also I'm waiting for the Fed meeting. It is literally as simple as that. Once the Fed meeting's done, then we just have to keep on looking at the trend. Trend is your friend until the end. We will let you know when we do break out of this bearish trend. Until then, it is really just the time to tuck yourself into bed. Don't get out of bed for, you know, 10% rallies while you're moving down, you know, 30 to 50% in a week. That's just how I think. Let me know how you think down below. Sitting on the sidelines. It feels good to be sitting on the sidelines on KDA for the past couple of weeks. If you've been sitting on the sidelines with me, the cheaper KDA 41% discount feels good, but I want it cheaper. That's all I've got today. Cowboy out, not financial advice, and as always, peace.